Welcome to the Twin Flame reading. So the way this is structured, I've got this deck here that represents you, the viewer. And so my intention is for you to resonate with this energy, but you could easily resonate with this energy over here, which reflects your partner. And so swap around the energies in whatever way makes sense. The way that this is structured, I'll go back and forth between the two individual energies and then dive into the details of the connection. So let's start with your current energy towards your partner. And okay. Right away, we're getting some cards here. So I'm going to pull one more. So let's take a look at everything that popped out. So I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is long-term success and stability. It's a marriage card. 8 of Pentacles. So you completed something here. So the 8 of Pentacles tells me that you have all the skills necessary to make this relationship work, which tells me that you've done a lot of reflecting and healing. The Knight of Swords showing up is you're ready to move forward. You're ready to take some sort of action. It's that quick energy. Let's do it. Let's have the conversation. Let's open this up. And then I get the Lovers showing up here. Twin Flame reading, Twin Flame card, soulmate energy, Gemini. It's about you choosing this connection. And the Six of Swords, closing the distance. You're ready. So the way this energy is coming through, you're ready, you've done the work, you're not just ready, you're prepared to have the conversation, bridge some sort of gap here between the two of you, maybe close a physical distance if that exists. But I'm getting the sense here that you're prioritizing this relationship and you're in the right headspace and the right emotional space to be able to do it. So let's get your person's current energy towards you and the connection. Ooh, okay, so they are coming out of a dark period. The way the energy is coming through, it's this Tower, the Uranus energy, that sudden change, realization, but it's also the removal of something. And so something here was weighing this person down, really preventing them from being able to come forward in the way that they wanted. And it's reflected here with the obstacles and challenges of the Five of Wands. But between the Tower and the Five of Wands, it feels like this is the breakthrough and it feels recent. Sudden removal, sudden realization on the obstacles and challenges. So maybe this person needed to take some sort of action and that was the revelation. Or it could have been that the universe really intervened to say, okay, let's remove these obstacles from your path because it's really preventing you from achieving what you want. And here's what they want. They want a new beginning here with the Fool card showing up in their current energy. And this is really leaving the past behind. The way the cards look on the table, you can see the Fool is just completely walking away from the Tower and that Five of Wands. I love to see that. I'm also getting here the Star card. So healing the connection, focusing on what really matters. It's Aquarius energy. So there's an element of healing, but also prioritizing this relationship, wanting to focus on here what really matters. And then I get the Lovers on their side as well. So that soulmate twin flame energy showing up in both of your current energies. And I'm getting the sense here, you're prepared from all the work that you've done. Your person just had any kind of remaining blocks and barriers removed from their path or were shown a way to remove it themselves. I love this so far. So let's get your feelings and emotions towards your person. So I'm getting the Ace of Wands. You're ready to take some sort of action here. You want action. You want some sort of movement, progress. Let's get things going. The Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man can be pause or delay. I'm actually picking up from a bigger message standpoint, the seeing things from that high level perspective. It's all the work that you've done. You're starting to understand the dynamics of this connection, maybe your role in it, the other person's role, how you've interacted in the past, how you want things to progress going forward. I'm getting a lot coming out of that Hanged Man energy, and it feels like you're seeing things differently. You're approaching things differently. Emotionally, you're ready, you're available. I'm getting the Six of Cups. So that Six of Cups, a card of nostalgia. This really is about wanting to reconnect. Three of Wands, that card of patience here, but not rushing something. It's the divine timing. It feels like it really resonates with you on this side, where you're kind of surrendering to the process and recognizing that, you know what, I don't want somebody until they're ready, because it's not going to do the relationship any good. It's going to be very detrimental to the entire connection. So let me just focus my attention elsewhere, focus on myself, working on me, preparing myself for union, and kind of let the union happen when it does. But I'm also getting the Fool card here. And so you're ready to take that leap of faith. And I get the sense that if your person said, okay, I'm ready, or made some sort of move to let you know, even if it wasn't direct, if it was in a roundabout way, you would definitely kind of seize that opportunity. With the Ace of Wands, you'd be ready to take some sort of action. And the Fool, let's create the new beginning. Let's not worry about the past. Let's just focus on the future here. And so let's get your person's feelings and emotions towards you and the connection. So I'm picking up almost like a tentative energy out of them. Whatever the dark cycle is that they just went through, there's something about being vulnerable. So when you think about a wound as it's starting to heal, that kind of fresh wound, it's still touching it is a little bit painful. Giving it a little bit more time allows for the healing, the real healing to take place. And so I'm picking up kind of that fresh wound energy from your person. So take it as it resonates for you, maybe not applicable to everybody, but I'm definitely picking up that energy. And so here in your person's feelings and emotions towards you, I'm getting the Knight of Cups. They want to come forward, but this is where I'm getting that tentative step. So between the Knight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, they're ready to come forward and prioritize the relationship. But I'm also getting the sense here that they're looking for some sort of confirmation and validation from you that this is actually going to work, or that you're as interested as they are. So it feels like when they approach you, it might be more surface level. There's going to be a lot of hidden meaning, but they're not going to reveal that right away. It's because they're trying to read the room. They're trying to understand what you want from them and really the connection. Ace of Pentacles. So they're going to offer a commitment. That's what they want to do. It's showing up in their emotional space. I am getting the Death card, change and transformation, endings and new beginnings here. They're looking for that fresh start. They really are looking for a fresh start. Something here that is transformative. It allows for more progress and growth, not just within the connection, but I'm also getting the sense here with this person. There's something about this relationship that is tied to their identity. It's the awareness of the tie. So with twin flames specifically, because of that strong connection, they're recognizing this. And they're also recognizing the significance of the relationship. I've not picked that up in any of these readings so far, but the awareness is there. Five of Cups, shift in perspective, starting to focus on the positive instead of the negative here. This is really related to that Tower with the Five of Wands. And then I get the Page of Pentacles. They're planning for the future. Now, some of their actions here may be more of that youthful kind of giddy energy where they're not exactly sure what steps they're taking, but they know they need to do something here. And so they may come across as not being completely serious about the situation, kind of twofold, because they're going to come in at a very surface level just to gauge your level of interest. But it's also because they're coming out of a very dark period. And so they're trying to regain their own footing as they're trying to establish something here with you. So give them a little bit of grace here. Really lean into that Three of Wands in your emotional space. So let's get your actions and intentions towards your person. So I'm getting the King of Wands. You're ready to take some sort of action, step into a leadership role. You've done all of the work. Your mind is made up. You're not second guessing this at all. It's about timing for you and kind of the recognition that this person is ready and emotionally open to a connection. Because I get the Two of Wands showing up here as well. So really seeing the potential, wanting to act on the potential here in the relationship. The Six of Wands coming through. So this is a card of success and victory. Justice, balance. So you're going to come at it from a balanced perspective, but you're also looking for success and balance here in the connection. And then I get the Two of Cups. You want union. I love that. I love the energy coming through. This feels very clear, very direct. So let's get your person's actions and intentions towards you. Okay. So what I'm getting here on your person's side, the Hermit. So this is Virgo energy. This is a lot of internal reflection and healing. So any kind of action that they take towards you, it's not done lightly. So they may come in at that surface level because I was picking up that energy, still am. But what I'm getting here is that there's a lot hidden beneath the surface. There is a lot of feelings, a lot of contemplation, thinking about this, strategizing, what is the best way to come forward. So just know that when this person comes forward, don't take it lightly. Don't dismiss them. Really be open to hearing what they have to say. Pay attention to any kind of context clues. So the tone, if you're speaking to them in person, meeting up with them in person, or any kind of text exchange, however the two of you communicate, really pay attention to all of it, not just the words being said. 9 of Wands coming through because this person is coming in a little bit wounded. This is also showing up here as a little bit of a block. And so right now, it feels like they're still kind of coming down off of that Tower and the 5 of Wands, that dark period. And so because of all that dark energy that they just kind of expelled from their life, I am getting the Knight of Wands. So they are going to take some sort of action, but it's the type of action that they're going to be taking here. Let me keep going because it shows up. The 2 of Wands coming through, they really see potential in the relationship, and this is why they want to come forward. It's that recognition, the realization of the strength of the connection. And so despite all of their fears or any kind of wound and that kind of exiting the dark period, they do want to take some sort of action. They want to come forward. But the Page of Wands was the last one that dropped on the floor. And so that Page of Wands is that kind of impulsive energy along with the Knight, where they're not going to act in the way that is maybe the most mature or really conveys the exact meaning of what they're trying to communicate with you. So any kind of action here, don't just take it at face value, really kind of take it as what it is, a stepping stone, that kind of olive branch to get things started, because that's how the energy is coming through here. So let's get into the details of the relationship. And so before I do, I failed to mention that this is available on both YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So let's dive into the blocks and the connection. So what I'm getting here is the 7 of Swords. So there's missing information, missing context. So whatever, and it feels like it's on your person's side over here. This missing context is related to whatever that dark period was. You only know surface level on what that was. You only know pieces of what they went through. That 3 of Swords showing up here is a lot of heartache, and it feels like the 7 of Swords, a 3 of Swords. There's going to be a truth here that's revealed around whatever this dark period was that they're now exiting. And so this right now is operating as a block and a barrier. It's that 9 of Wands showing up here. So we're going to keep going because there is advice and then the outcome, and we'll see where we need to kind of clarify a little bit more. But I'm getting the King of Pentacles here, and so it's this person's stability. That 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, King of Pentacles, this person's actively working on their own stability. I'm getting a lot of Pentacles on their side, and so they're putting in the effort. There's just a lot that you're not aware of right now, and that until they were able to step into their own power, their own foundation, that solid foundation, they weren't going to be able to come forward in the right way in order to really allow the relationship to flourish and grow. I'm also getting the Ace of Cups, which does indicate the new beginning. So right now it's a block because I'm not picking up that it's there, at least not yet. It feels like it's showing up. So take it as it resonates. You may have already been in contact with this person because I'm getting that as kind of a smaller message, but it feels like there's still a lot that needs to be revealed here around what this person went through. So if you have had contact, I'm not getting any real sense of union yet. So let's get the shared energy between the two of you. So what I'm getting here with the Magician is you both want to manifest this connection. So it's working towards that goal, but you're both doing it independently, because I'm not picking up a lot of contact. In fact, I'm picking up no contact, but take it as it resonates. I would say it's no meaningful contact where things are really being discussed at that kind of heartfelt level. Ace of Pentacles coming through. So you both want a new beginning, but one that is stable and grounded. Something here that can be built over time with a solid foundation. The Emperor is coming through. This is also stability. And so the Emperor is that very confident. I'm ready to come forward. I know my own worth and value. My mind is made up. And so you're both kind of wanting this because it's shared energy. And I get the sense that you're already there. And I get the sense that your person is kind of on their way to that energy. Not quite there, but this is definitely what they're aiming towards. And so with that, I am getting the Ten of Swords. Putting down the pain of the past. It's really letting go of the past altogether. Whether there was something painful that happened between the two of you or independently outside of the connection, you both kind of want that fresh start. The Ten of Swords tells me that there was a rock bottom energy. And so somebody here, maybe both at different points, hit some sort of rock bottom and it was rebuilding from there. And now what's happening is the rebuilding is taking place and you're both kind of getting to the point of rebuilding yourselves. And now it's about going to be, well, it will be about rebuilding the union here. I'm also getting the Five of Cups, that shift in perspective. So starting to focus on the positive instead of the negative here. And so the shifts here feel like it took a lot to get here. It took a long period of time. It took a lot of energy, a lot of effort. So let's get the advice here for the connection. Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is coming through as having that clarifying conversation, really get everything out into the open. King of Cups, emotional growth and maturity. I love these two cards coming together because it feels like having a heartfelt conversation allows for real emotional growth within the connection. I have the Tower showing up here. And so interesting because it's not really something that you can take advice on. Like you don't create the Tower, the universe creates the Tower here, but it's more about the awareness on what is being removed. What are the obstacles and challenges that are no longer existing, or anything else that maybe you didn't even recognize was an obstacle or challenge, but now it's being removed. I'm getting it something connected to thought process. So take that as it resonates. You might be thinking about things differently or approaching this relationship differently because I'm getting that message pretty loud and clear. Judgment. So really focusing here on resurrection. So even as you're having these clarifying conversations, getting everything here out into the open, it's with the intent to focus on healing the relationship, rebirthing or resurrecting the relationship in some way that allows for real progress to be made going forward. Because you both in your shared energy have the Ace of Pentacles. And so that Ace of Pentacles is building something solid and stable. And so really coming at it from that perspective. It's not attacking each other. It's working together to build something better, stronger, more kind of long lasting. And then I get the King of Wands here. And so taking action with the Queens and the Kings showing up here in the advice, it's really coming at it from a level of maturity, really that understanding each other's perspective, taking action that allows for real emotional growth and healing here, that kind of resurrection, rebirth within the relationship. This does indicate effort's going to be needed, but I don't get that it's insurmountable because you're both in this kind of healing phase. You've done a lot of the work. I'm already getting the sense that you're healed. Your person is still healing, but because you're coming at it from that balanced point of view, both of you, that things have a better chance on going the distance here. So let's get the potential outcome here over the next 2 weeks. So with the Six of Cups showing up here, now this could indicate a reconciliation. At a minimum, what I'm getting is some sort of conversation, kind of reminiscing about the positive times. It is a card of nostalgia, but it really is also focused on the happiness here in the connection. I'm getting the Page of Cups, so this would be a heartfelt conversation. Could also include an apology if one is needed. Take that as it resonates, but I am getting a heartfelt conversation. Ace of Swords, a clarifying conversation as well. So something where I'm getting a lot of openness and vulnerability, not right away. It feels like it's going to take a minute to get there because the initial conversation is going to be more surface level. This feels like when there is an opportunity to really open up, talk about everything that's happened here, really kind of get the emotions out on the table. That feels like it's going to at least get started here in the next couple of weeks. And then I get the Two of Cups, which is union, the two of you coming together. I love that. And the Death card, endings and new beginnings. So a transformation here in the relationship feels like it's, I want to say the word imminent because that's the one that's coming to mind right away, but it does feel like it's going to be near future. Might take the 2 weeks or maybe even a little bit beyond. Everybody's on a slightly different timeline, so take that as it resonates for you. But I do like the progress that is being made and the progression and just the emotional openness that will reveal itself. It's just going to take a little bit of time and the maturity coming in from both sides. So this is a twin flame reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.